from Los Angeles, California. We are the Mad Scientist Party Hour.
Hello there, friends! Welcome back to another episode of Mad Scientist Party Hour. My name's Kevin Kraft, joined once again by a man who has sold his pants and undies for some crack and is currently shooting some boulders right out of his pee hole. That's Geoff Clark.
What's up, y'all?
And beaming to us from a Bethlehem flea market, the bearded, booger-eating, He-Man, gay porn, fan service enthusiast, Shuddy Boy.
Yo.
Jeez, that was extra cruel. Did you piss him off this weekend, Shuddy?
Not that I know of.
No, I
He was
forgot.
shooting from the hip.
Yep.
I could tell when he was doing yours. He was pulling ideas out of thin air.
Yes, that is very true. So,
It's too bad.
gentlemen, how were your weekends?
Big week, right? A lot to discuss.
Slow news week, but
Yeah.
I don't know,
The
anything
boys'
interesting?
hero gasm kicked ass.
I haven't
Man.
watched it yet.
Oh,
The Boys is fucking firing on all cylinders this season. Holy shit.
I've read the Hero Gasm comics, so I have a sense of what I'm in for. Especially
see-
with all the warnings that are put in front of the episode.
See, that surprised me. Because I just recently got flipped on my ass by a disclaimer that aired before a movie that was warning about its extreme violence and shocking nature. And I'm like, whatever. And then 30 minutes into the movie, Carl was like, we have to turn this movie off. This is too intense. And then I get to the Hero Gasm episode of The Boys, and there's a disclaimer on that. And then it's just like, all right, I was watching porn probably like 45 minutes before this episode, so by comparison, relatively tame. I don't know if it needed a disclaimer, but still, killer fucking episode. And Shuddy, I only made it through the first story arc in The Boys. Like, I read it twice and was just like, man, I know everybody loves this comic, but just isn't for me, I guess. So I keep, every season they're like, oh, they're covering this story arc on The Boys, and everybody's flipping out. I remember people flipping out before the season came out saying that, oh, it's the Soldier Boy episode. It's the season with Soldier Boy. And then I saw the Hero Gasm thing trending, and I'm like, wow. Big shit from the comic is hitting the screen.
Is the Hero Gasm comic in the past? Is the Hero Gasm in the past?
I
No.
just assumed it was. Oh, wait, do you mean
Oh.
like it takes place currently or a flashback?
Correct.
I think it's current, right? Yeah, it's current.
yeah, it's current. Do people already know how this story is going to unfold? Like, where are they at in the comics compared to the TV
Well,
show?
I'll have to watch it because there are things that happen in the comic that I don't know how they would do with the way the current story is situated.
Okay. I think this past
I'll
episode is
text
probably.
it to you guys. I don't want to spoil it in case it does happen in the episode.
All right, I thought this episode of The Boys is probably the best ever. Like, I thought it was fucking sick. So you really got to get on that, Chuddy. I texted you guys earlier this weekend. I was like, The Boys is an all timer. I was very, very happy with it. The Soldier Boy and him kind of getting into the mix now is fucking sick.
That would be funny if it was Soldier Boy Tell Him.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it would be. He thinks way high of himself as a rapper. No, that's not accurate, Chuddy. Or that's not what happened in the episode.
Okay.
Well, damn, I probably shouldn't have said that. Sorry.
Why?
No, that doesn't spoil it for me. I didn't see how that was going to be able to happen with how they're.
Yeah, how they rolled it out. Yeah, I got you.
So, yeah, I kind of figured it wasn't going to happen, but that's on the list. Started watching the new season of Umbrella Academy.
Yeah, people flip out about that too, and I've never gotten around to checking it out.
I saw a meme about it today that made like it was basically it makes no sense, but it's still compelling. Like I don't understand it, and Ellen Page's character is every problem that has happened in all 3 seasons is basically because of her.
Well, it's a good thing she turned into Elliot Page.
Yeah,
Clean slate.
No, because
oh no,
her character in season 3, Victor, is just as dumb as Vanya was.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the girl from Grey's Anatomy, Ellen Page. Is that another Ellen, or is that am I just?
What the hell is the girl?
My bad. Thought it was I thought her name was Ellen Page. I guess I'm just brain farting right now.
Oh no, you're thinking of Ellen Pompeo, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's who I thought you meant.
Close enough that it's not as funny that you confused them.
Word. I watched the new season of Iron Chef. Have you guys ever fucked with Iron Chef? I'm not cheating on Master Chef, am I?
Back in the day, I watched Iron Chef on Food Network after school, like after high school.
Yeah, I only watched the Japanese one.
That's how long it's been around?
Yeah.
No shit.
It was a show on when it first came out on Food Network. It was Japanese, so it was dubbed in English, so it was lots of fanfare, very over the top. And then they did Iron Chef America or something.
Is that guy Morimoto the head of the Iron Chef show in Japan?
Yeah, Morimoto has been on all of them, I want to say.
And then they have this figurehead, Chairman Kaga, who in the opening they do this big grandiose intro, and he picks up a pepper and just bites it like an apple, and the crunch sound just goes like and just echoes off into the distance, and he does this smug smile. Yes! And then it zooms out, and he's just like just laughs like a maniac.
Very theatrical. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and then they always do like the fucking craziest stuff for the secret ingredient that the contestant and the Iron Chef have to incorporate into all their dishes. Like he'll just like Chairman Kaga walks out and he's like, the secret ingredient for this week is squid brains, and he rips this giant sheet off, and then there's a big pile of squid brains.
Yeah, I kind of like the chairman dude. He was in John Wick, right?
So that's in. I heard this once. I could be misremembering, but in the lure of Iron Chef, he is supposed to be, I think, Chairman Kaga's nephew. But I don't think the one from the Japanese version and the American one are related at all. But yeah, that is the guy that was in John Wick 3.
All right. I don't hate that show, but it's pretty good. It's not nearly as good as Master Chef. But I did have a random brain question that kind of stemmed from it.
Should we cue it up?
Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for today's random brain question.
I don't know if you guys noticed this, but they had an episode called "The Battle of the Sturgeon," which was it's a fish, and the contestants have to go to this fish tank and grab these sturgeon with nets, and then they just throw the sturgeon on the table and they fucking slice into them and quarter them.
Yeah, they have to perform sturgery.
Yeah, it's like William Wallace, but with the fucking English. And my thought is like, why are we so chill with just the massacre and brutalization of fish, but not so chill with animals? Like, the fish are swimming, living around in that tank. They fucking scoop them out. They just gut them on the fucking table, right? They throw these lobster in a boiling pot, and there's no no one says shit about it. But if you just if there was a fucking cow on the stage and they fucking massacred the cow and started chopping that shit up, people would freak the fuck out. I don't know. So I mean, my random brain question is why are we cooler with just mutilating fish and not?
Because fish don't have souls.
That's right. Only mammals have souls.
Yep.
Gotcha.
And fish are
not mammals.
Famously not mammals. Yeah.
Yeah, they're the biggest non-mammals.
Yeah, they're like the opposite of mammals.
So is that like a religious thing, or is that a scientific thing? The soul, because I wasn't aware that fish didn't have souls.
I think there's been a lot of propaganda. I for lack of a better word, that fish don't have feelings.
Okay.
I feel like
All
for a long time people have spouted off that fish don't feel pain or some shit. Am I wrong? I feel like I heard people say that a long time ago. Also,
right, so
Jesus slaughtered fish, so people think that's chill.
I think I don't really know what it is either, because
it seemed woke to me.
Why is being a pescatarian okay? Like, why do you draw the line of not eating chicken, beef, pork, but you'll eat fish?
Maybe it's their intelligence, because fish are supposed to be super stupid. So they probably aren't aware that they're getting offed. And I don't know, I feel like the sea, creatures of the sea, they can't scream.
Out of sight, out of mind?
Yeah, they can't scream or anything. So like if you start whacking a cow over the head with a hammer, it's going to be like, moo, ouch, moo.
Turn up your headphones.
But if you if you grab a fish by the tail after you catch it and fucking whack it over the side of your boat to kill it, it's not like, I hate that.
I can understand how someone could rationalize it that way, but it just doesn't seem like as big of an outrage, even like with PETA. Like if Iron Chef brought out a pig and they all just fucking murdered the pig on TV, just like they did the sturgeon, like, well, now there'd be protests, there'd be a violation, it'd be fucked up.
I get into these moods where I watch a lot of Forged in Fire on History Channel, where they make knives and swords and stuff. Okay. And a lot of the time they will use the blades on like full pig carcasses that just don't have the guts in them anymore.
Okay.
So I don't know that it's that far of a step to go from that to them slaughtering the. Maybe it's just the brutality difference of quickly cutting the head off of a fish and having a cow have to bleed out.
Or I don't know. Like the difference in my head is like when Marimoto, right? Is that how you say it? Marimoto? When he did I think it was the Stingray Master Chef episode, and he like broke down the stingray or whatever fish he broke down and cut all these different slabs of meat off of it. Like they were saying, oh wow, that's like artistic. That's so beautiful to watch, right? But like if they showed live footage of a hunter fucking slicing open a deer, like people wouldn't be stoked about it, and it certainly wouldn't be on Fox. Like it wouldn't just be on national TV.
Yeah,
that's kind of what I mean.
Certain animals, society has just deemed like, yeah, we don't give a fuck about them. And fish, sea creatures fall into that.
I know I sound like the deep right now, but I mean, fish have feelings too, guys.
Yeah, I mean, what if I want to fuck an octopus? What if it likes it?
Yeah. More importantly, what if I like it? You guys gonna judge me?
There was MasterChef episodes where they get lobsters out, and then they put the blade right against its head, and then bop the top of the knife, and it just splits their head.
Like clapping. Oh,
yeah.
Nice.
Oh, nice. Cool, clean, quick death. That lobster probably didn't feel shit.
You just killed the fuck out of that lobster. Round of applause. I don't know. Iron Chef, though, pretty good.
Yeah, you should see if there's a way you can watch the Japanese ones, because goddamn are they fucking entertaining.
I do. It makes me kind of re-examine to a slight degree my food chub scale, because pretty much every one of their dishes is like really small portion size. And it's just like I can't just go through Iron Chef giving out fucking threes. You know what I mean? Like I have to figure out like a compromise in between, like not having the biggest portion size and giving a proper score.
Yeah.
Because like I don't know, these like world class chefs killing it, and the fucking judges are sucking their dicks in the flavor. And it's like, dude, I'm still hungry. Like you just ate a one fucking like little crab cake. That's not gonna fill anything up. So I don't know. It had me thinking maybe I should re-examine how stiff of a punishment I have on the lower portioned food chub rankings. But I don't know. Thanks for letting me get that random brain question out there.
You're very welcome.
You got it, friend. Holy shit. Guys, I mean, this sort of crept up on me, but did you know a new Beavis and Butthead movie came out?
Yeah, I knew it was coming out, and all of the episodes with the music videos were also supposed to be up, but I did not see them.
I didn't check for that, but I mean, I remember when they announced Paramount Plus, and I was like, oh, great, here we go, another fucking streaming service. And then they were like, oh, and here's what we're going to have. And what was there was something else big. Oh, it was like the South Park stuff. Like they were going to have like exclusive South Park things, and
they pulled through on that.
They did. Yeah, there's like what, 2 or 3?
I think there was
There's
more
the
than that.
pre-COVID special, post-COVID special, the streaming wars.
Yeah, so 3-hour-long episodes that you can only watch there, and then I remember them announcing like before the service was even available, yeah, there's going to be a new Beavis and Butthead movie, and I was like, well, that's fantastic. And then I completely forgot about it, and then one day it's just boom, it's out. So the other night I filled up the volcano, ate a gummy, sat on the couch, and flipped it on. Whew, man, I needed that. What a
Was
fucking
Carl with you?
What a treat. No. I kind of
Not a Beavis and Butthead fan.
I don't think she was, but she always loved Daria, and she still loves Daria. And when I told her that Daria was a character from Beavis and Butthead that got a spin-off show, her eyes almost bugged out of her head. She had no idea that Daria originated in Beavis and Butthead.
I liked that she showed up as a brief cameo.
That is not a surprising Carl take. I could see her be really into Daria. No offense, Carl, if you're listening.
But man, all the times that I laughed my dick off and had to like either pause the movie or rewind it to catch it again weren't just like big moments. They were just throwaway lines, which was always what I loved about the original series anyway. Like the episodes were always fun, but the stuff that they said when they were just sitting on the couch watching music videos was always the funniest part of every episode to me.
Yeah.
I thought this was hysterical. I loved it.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, yeah, it was fucking awesome. It wasn't Beavis and Butthead Do America, but it was good. Right? I mean, I think Beavis and Butthead Do America is a 5-decker. I wouldn't put this one as a 5-decker. Did you score that in your letterbox, Steve, Kevin?
I did. I haven't seen Beavis and Butthead Do America in an incredibly long time, so I feel like that's
on
worth.
Paramount Plus, buddy.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Someone's Windows just restarted or something. Oh,
I'm
shutty.
just still trying to resolve the technical difficulties I was having earlier.
All right, well, I gave Beavis and Butthead Do the Universe 4 dicks.
As did I.
Very, very entertaining.
Yeah, I'll take 4 dicks too for Beavis and Butthead Do the Universe.
So, Shuddy.
Did you score it on Letterboxd though?
Me?
I mean, Beavis and Butthead America. Do America? Do you? What's your score for that one?
I don't know.
Or you
I got to rewatch it.
Abstaining.
I'd have to rewatch it.
Make
Shuddy.
you sick. You should have an answer.
Shuddy, what's been going on with you? Do you need to vent?
I'm just.
Some tech
This
blues.
is what's the problem I'm having right now.
Ah, the old MacBook.
I broke like 3 of those in college because of online poker. It makes you feel good for like 30 seconds. And then,
It doesn't even. So I got the ability to get one for work, and I've had it since the weekend.
macOS contains a built-in screen reader called VoiceOver.
Uh-oh. Rant's chiming in.
I don't want
I don't want that, Rant.
And I spent all weekend
Oh shit, now my computer's doing it.
getting my Apple ID and everything synced up with this thing. And I barely I barely know, I can't figure out how to use it properly. And the person who used it before has it so that I couldn't drag and move files around or delete it. It's just been absolutely fucking infuriating. I had to download the new operating system so then I could factory reset it. It's just been a hell of the last 2 hours.
That's your first MacBook? You usually go Windows?
I've only used PC laptops.
Well, MacBooks are supposedly very user-friendly. I mean, I've only had a MacBook for like the last 10, 15 years at this point, so it's all I know.
Like, the things that I can do comfortably on it are because there is a corresponding equivalent on my iPhone. Anything else it's taken me 3 days to get used to. I'm not even used to it yet, having to use the 2 fingers to scroll up and down.
I'm gonna fly to Cupertino and piss on Steve Jobs' grave.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go up there and raise hell. I hate those Silicon Valley pussies. I'm with you.
Let's get him, Shuddy. Let's fucking get him.
It just makes me feel so dumb because I'm so not comfortable using it.
Don't make me whip out my dongle.
Well, you can add another thing to your resume once you figure this out.
Yeah.
Mac OS X proficiency. Hey, another bullet point for the old resume doesn't hurt.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Did you guys watch anything else this week?
I forgot last week to review The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
Oh, yeah.
Which I thought was excellent. I really had a lot of fun with it. I think the beginning half was a little slow with the build-up, but I think the last half of it was a lot of fun with the action and everything and how it all played out. And it was very meta, where with them writing the movie that they were making, essentially.
Yeah, that was a big part of the fun of it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. I also, because we watched that Sex Pistols miniseries.
Yeah.
I rented on Apple TV The Public Image is Rotten, which is a documentary about Johnny Rotten's band after the Sex Pistols, Public Image Limited.
Did you like them, Shuddy?
I have a couple of their records. They're kind of a new wave band. They're weird. Some of their stuff is really good. Some of their stuff is really, really fucking strange. But I really enjoyed the documentary. It was really good. And it's caused me to listen to a lot more of their stuff than I have. Beavis and Butthead Do the Universe. And then the boys came over and Brad was gung-ho on watching the prequel trilogy of Star Wars.
All 3 movies.
Well, no, we did 2 of them. Saturday, our day was consumed with The Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones.
I really like that Jar Jar Binks fella.
No, not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. It was... my review is simply he's the worst. Fuck him.
I mean, you had seen these beforehand, right?
I've only seen both of them one time before, right around the time they came out. So I have no sort of nostalgia or love for these movies. I had virtually no interest in them when they came out.
To clarify, not Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, and then What's the other one? Return of the Jedi.
That's two of them. You're right. I did clarify that it was the Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Just making sure we're on the same page.
They were all right. They weren't great. I think a lot of the pop culture references didn't age very well.
Like pop culture in America at that time.
Just in American pop culture in general, like in Attack of the Clones, Obi-Wan Kenobi is in a 50s style diner on an alien planet.
And he's wearing a Limp Bizkit hat, and it kind of takes you out of the movie.
So wait, does this was your kids inspired to watch this because of the Obi-Wan Disney Plus show? It's Disney Plus, right?
They watched A New Hope or Empire Strikes Back when they were driving, my parents and them drove back from Georgia. And then they finished up the original trilogy, and then they were at Bradley was at the point where now he wanted to watch the trilogy, the prequels.
So you have like a relationship with your kids where like you're happy to hang out with them, and if they're like, "Hey, Dad, let's do something this weekend," you're just pretty much all aboard, or is there like you almost push back with Primus, but were you kind of like thinking, "No, I'm not going to watch that pussy ass Phantom Menace"? Fuck
so
that shit.
there are times where I take that stance, but as stubborn as I am about not watching it, Bradley is equally, if not more stubborn about us watching it.
It's a Clockwork Orange, huh?
So then eventually I give in because I just don't want to hear it anymore.
It's like
Say Uncle Dad. Say Uncle Dad.
Yeah, it's like when an unstoppable shuddy meets an immovable shuddy. There's just going to be sparks.
Yeah.
You both are walking from Myrtle Beach, huh?
But no, this wasn't like that. He wanted to watch it Friday night, and I put my foot down and said, absolutely not. I rolled 3 joints. We are sitting here and we are watching Beavis and Butthead do the universe, and we'll deal with Star Wars tomorrow.
Did he enjoy Beavis and Butthead as much as we
all
did?
had fun watching it. Me, him, and Draven.
God.
Man, fucking the first 2 of the prequel. And that sucks too because the third one is the best.
Which the third one is the only one I've never seen at all.
Oh man, it's not the greatest thing in the world, but the battle at the end is just like when Anakin just goes full Sith and slaughters a bunch of kids and then just has that massive battle at the end. So rad.
And Sharon and I did watch the entire Obi-Wan Kenobi series.
Yeah, I watched it too. It was pretty cool.
I thought the first 5 episodes were a lot of fun.
You didn't like the last one?
We both thought the last one was boring and
even
kind of anticlimactic.
Is it just me, or is Ewan McGregor like a poor man's Carrie Ewells?
Some would say that Ewan McGregor has had the bigger career, though.
Oh, they probably haven't seen Princess Bride, huh?
I mean, the last episode. So the whole thing of Obi-Wan, it created plot holes. It didn't really add much. But I mean, with how set in stone things are, from the way Episode 3 ends, and then the original trilogy, 4, 5, and 6, doesn't really give you too much wiggle room to add anything grand. Like, there can't be a fucking lightsaber duel where Obi-Wan kills Darth Vader. But it did introduce some plot holes. There was some stuff that happened just within those 6 episodes where they really took some liberties with, wait, how the fuck did that person get from there to there that quickly? And the people in pursuit took so much longer to get there. And well, how did that person just happen to pop up?
I know exactly which one you're talking about.
Yeah. But if you want to just see if you just need some new Star Wars lightsaber battles and see some cool new shit, it's scratched that itch. It's not like, The Clone Wars, which is probably the greatest non-Star Wars movie thing to ever happen to Star Wars.
Well, Bradley immediately dove into Clone Wars
Clone Wars
after
is
we
the fucking
finished
best.
Attack of the Clones.
God damn, I love that show.
That sounds familiar. Did that come out while we've been doing this podcast?
Yes, and Seek loves it and used to
Right.
talk about it frequently.
Yeah, Seek was the one that sold me on it.
What's the Nintendo 64 Star Wars game? I thought that was a Clone Wars.
That was Shadows of the Empire, I think.
Fair enough.
And you just played as some random knockoff Han Solo type, I believe. Forget the guy's name, but I definitely
Boba Fett, right?
played the shit out of that. Oh, what was his name? Baby Yoda?
This is important, actually. Huge revelation made by Kevin the other night, and I gotta ask you about this, Shuddy, right now. And depending on your answer, this might guide future. What the fuck did I just watch? Shuddy, have you ever seen 8 Mile?
Yes,
Thank God.
in the theater and since it came out in the theater.
Kevin's never seen 8 Mile. He never fucking saw 8 Mile. That it blows my brain. It blows
I've
my
even
brain.
seen Get Rich or Die Trying.
No. Holy shit, you're invited to the barbecue. Look at that. Don't bring Kevin with you as your +1. Bring Sharon. Jesus Christ, Kevin. What the fuck? Have you watched 8 Mile yet since we talked about it?
No.
Oh, man.
Well, it's not streaming
Supposedly
anywhere.
supposedly it's on Tubi, which is just
Oh.
terrible.
I mean, I've watched a movie on Tubi. It's not that bad. The commercials are relatively short and they're not too intrusive.
So wait, is it free?
Tubi
You
is
just have
much
to wear
better at putting the commercials in than whatever intern put them in Queef or No Queef.
Absolutely, yeah.
They're organic.
Yeah,
They're
Tubi's
less
free.
intrusive.
Tubi you just log into and there's like, I think they have a bigger selection than Netflix, and it's just because studios are like, sure, yeah, show our stuff on there with ads in it.
We'll take the pre-roll money. Yeah,
What did
that's
I
cool.
watch? Luckily, thanks to the wonders and magic of Letterboxd, I've only watched one movie on Tubi, and it was, it's gonna be something stupid, I bet. Oh yeah, the original 1982 Swamp Thing, the Wes Craven movie.
You got to watch 8 Mile, dude. I'm very curious on your review of it.
All right, I'll watch it.
Because, I mean, I would say you're familiar with certain things just by, like, them being parodied and stuff like that. You know, but, like, you've never seen the movie. So, to me, it's like, it's a 5-ticker. Like, there's no end of conversation. Like, I can't, it's crazy that you haven't seen it. Honestly, it's fucking crazy.
I mean, it came out in like 2003, so I was like 20 or 21. I think that was around the time when I had my apartment where it was just 365 days of partying. And I don't know if I made it to the theater at all that year. It was mostly just all I was concerned about was drinking and doing drugs and trying to get chicks.
Well, what music were you listening to in 2002 when you were drinking and doing drugs? And did Eminem ever make that playlist? I would guess he did.
He did, but it was a majority of metal.
Fair enough. What you're saying checks out, but given how many movies you've seen, it is very surprising. And you are an Eminem fan, right?
I am.
Like you like Eminem.
I honestly never heard anybody talking about how great 8 Mile was.
That's
just
crazy to me.
Never heard it get brought up. Never heard anybody talk about it. I don't even think I've ever heard you fucking talk about it in the 11 years we've known each other.
Yeah, I mean that's the first, like, us playing Fortnite the other night and talking about it was the first time it ever came up.
Oh my God, dude. I wish the Puminati could have heard Geoff. He's just like, what? You've never seen 8 Mile? Rabble, rabble, rabble.
I almost want to throw out like a fucking poll.
Oh no, Shuddy.
Recording in progress.
Oh, I gave you record permission way early, and I was even doing.
I think that was when I took my headset off to go fix the lighting.
Oh,
Hey, YouTube.
no.
What's up?
YouTube.
Hey, what's up,
What's
guys?
up?
Oops. Hey, by the way, we have an audio version of this podcast.
Where you
Yeah.
can hear the first 40 minutes.
Yeah,
Yikes.
It wasn't
and
that
the Easter
long.
egg.
Yeah. Oopsies.
Oh.
I had a senior moment. I fucked up. Man, I got to put that post-it back that says, hit the record button, you fucking idiot.
Yeah, dude, you're getting old.
Should we start over? Should we run that all back?
Yeah. Do you guys remember what the intro was? What did I say again?
I believe you told us how awesome we were and how you couldn't do this show without you.
The way I remember is you really came at Shuddy's neck.
God
We
damn
just
it.
do random brain question again. Talk about sturgeon genocide.
Sorry about that, guys. All right, where were we? Brain
Oh,
fart.
talking 8 Mile. Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I never.
So you
I never-
flipping out about me having never seen 8 Mile just ruined your fucking night. We played Fortnite for like another hour after that, and you were still just like, oh, God, fucking, oh.
Yeah, like you're seriously the only one in like my like age group that hasn't seen 8 Mile. Like it really does blow my brain.
And I
Like,
thought
fucking-
I thought I was in the clear. Like, I don't know, because when 8 Mile came out, sure, I did like Eminem, but I was like, I don't really give a shit to go see a movie about Eminem. And then they had that song from it that just, you could not fucking escape it. I was just
See,
like,
I love that song, but fair enough.
In your defense, Kevin, had I not been with the boy's mom at the time, I would not have gone to see this movie either.
it just seemed
I don't
kind of
know. I don't
corny.
think that's
Like
much of a defense.
the whole idea of it seemed kind of corny. I was so over that song. It was just so inescapable. And, back in the days where there were really no other options besides FM radio, and it's on every motherfucking channel. It's just like, God damn it, leave me alone, this song. I don't care about spaghetti. I don't care.
I disagree in terms of like I have that song hasn't been played out in my head, but I understand your point. I do, and I don't think it's that ridiculous. I do think it's ridiculous you haven't seen 8 Mile, and I'm very, very interested in hearing your review for it because it's a 5-decker. I would love to do a poll. Maybe I will of the Puminati via Patreon to find out how many of the Puminati have actually seen 8 Mile and like how many Eminem dicks it would suck.
I mean,
I would be.
I texted Carl. She was like, yeah, of course I've seen it. Shuddy's seen it. I asked Brandano. He's like, yeah, of course I've seen it. And I'm like, oh, fuck.
Dom's seen it. What did Brandano say? Did he give a score or if he liked it or not, or he just asked him if he watched it?
He said it was okay.
Because Rant supposedly wasn't that into it, but that's not that surprising. I mean, it is to me, it's like objectively like a good movie, but I don't like Rant not being
Brandano
that.
didn't even like it enough to give it a star rating.
Well, he did
Fair
say
enough.
he saw it when it first came out.
Oh, he just marked it as watched.
Yeah.
Blorp, whose taste is sus, gave it a 4. Tomas
sus.
gave it a 3.5.
All right. You know what?
Tomas.
T-Dog McDrugs.
I'm putting it on my goddamn Letterboxd D watch list right now. No, not 8mm 2. They made 8mm 2?
I mean, you should watch that too.
Oh, yeah. So 8 Mile came out in 2002.
Yeah.
All right. Watch list
It
added.
really is an 8mm 2. What the fuck?
I mean, I was in high school in 2002, and that was like the biggest movie, pretty much my high school.
Yeah, I
my
think
career.
by 2002, I'd already failed out of college.
Yes. You had.
I just can't imagine being too cool for 8 Mile. That's pretty much what you're saying. You were too cool to go see 8 Mile.
I was too cool for a lot of things in 2002. It was 20 fucking years ago.
That was your peak, huh?
Yeah. I had a good run in 2002.
Those days are long gone, though, buddy.
I had like $80
Joe.
in my bank account. The world was my oyster.
Things are looking better for you, though. You're about to turn 40 next week, in a couple weeks, excuse me.
I would
And,
not say that is better. I would much rather be 19.
Well, I mean, old white guys are trending up again. We're fucking taking this shit back by force. We're back, baby. I mean, you're about to join that pool. I wish I was as old as you. Maybe I could get some of the recent wins, but
Yeah, I have a feeling none of
we'll
that
save
shit's going to
for
be all
another
that
time.
cool for me.
Yeah. You don't have a vote that swings anything, huh?
Not really. I watched a weird ass movie that it's probably not going to be for the masses, but I kept seeing ads for this because I do follow Shudder on Instagram, and I do have a Shudder subscription that I got a free trial of and then forgot to cancel, and then was just like, fuck it. I like having access to a massive library of horror movies. So they got this exclusive called Mad God, and it's written and directed by this guy, Phil Tippett, who is a visual effects legend, big guy in stop motion. He worked in some like massive films, including Star Wars. And I think he's the guy who created Jabba the Hutt. So this guy has been trying to make this stop motion claymation movie for 30 years. Since the 80s, I think. Well, yeah, duh, because 30 years ago, it was the fucking 80s?
Nope.
Nope.
30 years ago, it'd be technically 92.
Son of a bitch.
My math is right.
Your math is right.
Okay, so
Thanks.
in the end credits, it said something about like filming started in 87, so it's probably over 30 years that he's been working on this thing. And it was really, really fucking bizarre. It's like 80 minutes. It follows this person. It's just like some guy in a head-to-toe, almost like plague suit. Like he has a full face mask and head-to-toe garb of like protective gear and stuff. And they never say his name. There's no dialogue. There's no real spoken word in it. It's just this fucking guy gets lowered down into what looks like hell. And you just follow this thing through this world of like all these different scenes and scenarios of just bizarre, nightmarish stuff. And goddamn, I loved it. It was so fucking cool. Just really creepy, unsettling imagery, like hellish, nightmarish things. And like I said, there's not much of a start to finish plot. You're just following this thing. It basically feels like you're just eavesdropping on somebody's nightmare. It plays out like dream physics. You know, like when you have a dream, like one second you're doing one thing, next second you're somewhere else, and it all makes sense while you're having the dream, but when you wake up, it's just like there was no real cohesive plot line to that dream at all. It was just a bunch of things that happened. And that's kind of like what this movie was.
I actually have a dream that I can talk about when you're done.
Oh, man. Well, in that case, I want to wrap this up. Mad God is not going to be everybody's cup of tea, but I fucking loved it. That's a 4.5 dicker for me. I will definitely be watching that again. I saw Mark Rooster gave it like 2 dicks because he didn't like the fact that it had no plot, but very, very unique movie. And I couldn't have been, well, I guess I could have been because it wasn't a 5 dicker, but pretty much couldn't have been happier with the way it turned out. That was just what I was looking for. So your dream, Geoff.
Yeah, I mean, I have another movie to review. We both saw The Black Phone, right? We could talk about that in a second.
Yep.
Just real quick with the dream. It was a pretty vivid dream. Again, it's random. I don't remember exactly like why things were happening the way they were, but essentially what happened is an old like Tinder fling came over to hang out.
Is this a chick from real life?
In the dream or in real life?
In the dream.
We're in the dream at this point. Okay.
Yeah, we're dreaming about this, guys.
All right.
So old flame came by. She came to my room, was giving her the tour, and there were logs of shit, theoretically my shit, from
fecal matter.
Yeah, from the door from my bedroom door through to my master bathroom, through my master bathroom, and next to the toilet. Like I just shit logs, like probably 4 or 5 of them.
So wait, you
Like-
yourself were currently dropping logs, or the logs were there, and you're like,
The
oh,
logs are already there.
I forgot
And then-
I shit those.
and it got a little weird. I don't remember how the dream played out from there. Just I remember she was not stoked about my shit being all over the floor, and me having a tough time to explain it. But like we've talked about this before, I just don't have many dreams because I smoke so much pot. I think that's like my guess. Like you don't dream if you smoke pot. So
Yeah,
it's
I've
very
heard that.
rare that I have a dream that I remember. But I just remember like just my apartment, my room being full of dookie, and this Tinder fling was not impressed, not even slightly. It's not my favorite dream ever. I think I've
Yeah.
told you guys my favorite dream ever.
Usually women hate it when you leave logs of shit all over the floor and then invite them over.
But not an aphrodisiac. But it wasn't my most memorable dream was me and Oprah got into a fighter jet, and she was like my goose and I was Maverick, and we launched an offensive against my whole fucking neighborhood, and I just lit up my friends' family's houses, just fucking detonated them, and
Man.
with a fighter jet just flying around my old apartment complex,
Okay.
fucking nuking buildings.
I feel safe to say that I have never heard you tell that dream before. You and Oprah.
I think I have.
You and Oprah as fighter pilots blowing up your friends and neighbors
Yeah.
does not ring
Yeah.
a bell.
And it was like very vivid, like the geography or the geography of the apartment complex was spot on with the geography of where I was living. Like I knew who I was attacking. I was attacking friends who I hung out with the day before and the day after.
I wish we had the type of funds where we could get an animator to like animate that and just do it kind of like in a South Park style where Geoff is Cartman, just like, oh yeah, that's right, take that. I can't do a Geoff and Cartman molded voice. That
You're not that good.
nope, that just off the brim attempt sucked ass. But you get what I'm saying. Geoff as Cartman laughing as he and Oprah high five and launch missiles at not his enemies, his friends.
Yeah. Yeah. There might have been some collateral damage or some bystanders killed in the action, but I mostly attack my friends with Oprah's help.
So do you think there's anything like, have you tried to get to the bottom of, like, analyze your dream of why you invited a girl over and then discovered that you had pooped all over the floor of your apartment?
With no
I think it's just-
recollection.
I think it maybe is like an example or like
Is your apartment
I don't
currently
know.
a mess?
no, it's nice. I cleaned it last week. No, I think it's just kind of like my vibe with chicks and with dating right now. Like I am making effectively no effort, right? I have like no marketing apps, marketing campaigns going on through these apps. So maybe that was like my, like me scaring myself, like don't even try to date or else this girl's just going to see all your shit on the floor. I don't know.
Dookie boy the cocksucker.
I actually didn't think about that until you just asked that question, but maybe that's what it is. It's just like my subconscious saying, like, dude, you're not ready to date. You're going to shit all over the floor and they're not going to be down.
Dookie boy the cocksucker.
Pretty much.
Is there any, like, doo-doo, like, stuck to the rim of your toilet?
No, motherfucker, you're going to come over in a couple days, right? My place is fine. It's cool. It's pretty big. It's kind of tough to clean everywhere, but my room, my apartment, my room is clean. My bathroom's clean.
Let's say,
fine.
like, Ariana Grande came over to pee in your toilet. Would she be grossed out by your bathroom
No.
right now?
She'd be fine. No,
There's not, like, pubes
no,
stuck all over the place and, like, piss stains?
no, sir.
There's no poop freckles stuck on the inside of your bowl that you haven't scrubbed off?
No, I'm pretty mindful of that stuff.
Even
Even though
dog
I-
shit all over your bedroom.
No, Allie has never never went to the bathroom in my apartment. Never. It's kind of crazy, to be honest. But no, like I'm like mindful and worried about that stuff. Like I hope to have a chick over one day. So I don't want, I don't want like poop flecks in my toilet. But you know, I don't know. I maybe it's just subconsciously saying like, hey, maybe you should take it easy on the dating.
So you think that
and
that
don't
dream
do it.
was your subconscious telling you to stay an incel?
Yes, remain a virgin. That's what my subconscious is saying.
Damn.
Yeah, tough subconscious, right?
Yeah.
I want to be more of an alpha than my subconscious wants me to be, but can't help. I guess I just shit all over the floor when that time comes. Yeah, sucked. Chick was not happy. Did not get lucky in that dream.
And this
Whack.
this wasn't just like some faceless girl that your brain created. This was a girl that you actually went on dates with in the past?
Yeah, she's since then she's became faceless, but I remember the morning after knowing who I dreamed about, you know? Like it wasn't a random person, but I can't remember now who it was.
Do you still have her phone number?
Probably. I don't really delete contacts, actually.
How bad did it go? Could this be a sign maybe you should try reaching out?
Didn't go bad. I've had mutual ghostings with chicks, and I don't think that goes bad. I've had a couple breakups.
What's a mutual ghosting where just neither of you text?
Yeah,
I've been involved.
This has happened.
Yeah, I've been involved in those.
Yeah, where you know the date didn't go that well, or the interaction wasn't that sick, and you kind of play chicken with her, she plays chicken with you, and really everyone loses or everyone wins. I don't know how it works, but you gotta doesn't need to talk about. We don't need to talk about not seeing each other. Like it wasn't. You know, it's usually happens after like maybe the second or third date.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, Kevin?
Yeah, I've been there.
My brother has been going on like a ton of dates via the apps. I think Hinge, and he got like 4 or 5 with one specific girl, and they had like a conversation where they're like, yeah, let's just not talk anymore. This isn't going well. And
Wow.
like, I thought that was crazy. I was like, why didn't you just never talk to her again? Why didn't you just that's what I would have done. I just would have just not texted her. And then if she texted me, I've been like, hey, what's up? You want to come over? Watch some Netflix?
Hey, doesn't talking about not talking seem kind of self-defeating?
Yeah, right. That's probably not the most responsible way to approach that subject, but that's how I thought about it. It's like, if you guys were on the same page and neither one of you texted each other, then you probably would have just been better off. It'd been the same exact spot. But I guess, you know, it is, and whatever. I can't hate on being respectful. And if you guys are both going to be on the apps again, maybe you should, you know, try to hey, if you see me, didn't work, I'm not down. You know what I mean?
I've actually, when I, made one of my many returns to the dating apps, there have been times where you see repeat offenders. It's like, oh, I went on a date with you. I went on a date with you. And then I've gotten notifications that a girl that I went on 1, maybe 2 dates with years ago tried to match with me a second time. And it was like, fucking really? I thought there was just some unspoken agreement between us that that was not a love connection. Why do you want to go on another date all these years later? And I just meh, X. Beat it. Not interested.
You wouldn't run it back? There isn't a one that got away for you?
The ones that got away were the ones that I wanted to keep going, and they either told me to pack sand or ghosted me.
Oh, wow. See, there was a couple that I wanted to keep going, and I just felt that she didn't want to keep it going. So I was like, fuck that. I'm not going to even fuck her. I'm done with her. I
Yeah.
ghosted her, but like I knew, like you know what I mean. I knew.
Yeah, I mean, I've talked about this before. I matched with some girl, and I was like, wow, really? You, me, really? Okay, I'll play along. And we talked for a while, and then we went on a date, and I met her, and she was one of those rare instances where she was somehow even hotter in person than she was on like Tinder
Ooh,
or
I
whatever.
remember you talking about this.
And I was just like, this is fucking crazy. It's like, you know, I know this isn't going to go anywhere, but shit, I'll play along. And we had what I felt like it was a good date. Like the conversation flowed. I was getting laughs. And then I texted her later and I was like, hey, you know, that was really fun. You want to go out again sometime? And she's like, no, not really. Like, I honestly didn't really find you all that attractive. And I was like, oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
I was like, hey, you know what? I've been ghosted so many times. I've had like people fucking, you know, read me a whole list of bullshit. It was actually kind of refreshing for once. To like, yeah, I totally get it. You're fucking a million times hotter than me. Of course you don't want to go on a second date with me.
Yeah, I've been shot straight a couple times and it sucks, but you definitely appreciate it. You know, I'm not trying to hear, no, it's not you, it's me. Like, fuck you, it's not you, it's me on our fucking second date. Fuck you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's me. I got it. It's cool. I got it. It's me.
Yeah.
Man.
Let's see what else. Oh, I have a
Black phone?
quickie review. So remember last week when I got duped into watching a Chris Hemsworth movie that wasn't a Chris Hemsworth movie, and unbeknownst to me, it was just a movie starring his wife that he decided to cameo in and executive produce. I watched
his wife.
What?
Chris Hemsworth. I didn't know he was married.
Yeah, and
she's got to be hot, huh?
She's decent. She's definitely one of those girls where if we matched on Tinder, she would be like, "You're just not attractive enough for me," and I'd be like, "Yeah, you're 100% right."
I see what happens is I meant to swipe left and I swipe right, and now I'm here for free dinner.
Yeah. But I watched the one the new Netflix movie that actually does star Chris Hemsworth, Spiderhead.
Oh yes,
which
all
we
right,
mentioned.
So I'm gonna base my viewing decision off your review here because I saw the trailer and I was like, this looks gay. This looks gay. What do you think?
It was better than Interceptor, but pretty underwhelming. Not better by much.
Was there any action? It felt like there wasn't any action.
Not particularly, no. There was some towards the end, but it's basically just a movie about criminals that are held in a lower security facility where they basically just live great lives. Like they can cook, they have their own shit to do, they're just trapped there. They have very nice digs. But the exchange is they have to be they're experimented on with this medication. So they'll be like put in a room, like Miles Teller is put in a room with this woman and they're sitting across from each other and he's just like Chris Hemsworth and some other guy are in a room observing them and they're like, what do you feel about that guy right there sitting across from you? And she's like, nah, he's like a 6 or something. And then they're like, oh, what do you think about her? And he's like, I don't know, she's kind of cute. And then they dose them with this shit that makes them all horny. And then they just fuck like maniacs. So they just like do these experiments while dosing these people with this shit. And
Is there nudity?
Honestly, I think they might have done some nice bicep and elbow placement to block all nips.
Okay.
But it kind
That's
of
disappointing.
It was an interesting premise, you know, captive prisoners being experimented on with some behavioral modifying drug that, if things worked out, would be something very beneficial to the general population, keeps people from rioting, or who fucking knows. But it was very underwhelming. 2.5 dicks.
Sounds dumb.
Yeah, I was not all that into it. But Geoff and I did go and see the new horror movie, The Black Phone. And I'm kind of curious as to Geoff's take on it.
I honestly, it was one of probably the worst movies I've ever seen in the movie theater. It wasn't as
my
bad as
God.
Looper because I didn't have expectations for it. I give it a 0 out of 5. It was fucking terrible. Every which way about it. I want to do spoilers and just ruin the entire movie for everyone listening.
Do it.
Because ultimately, it would save them time. But I mean, it was terrible. Ethan Hawke, not a good serial killer like Ethan Hawke. I wasn't rooting for any one of the characters, not even the fucking kid that was kidnapped. Like his sister's spoilers, his sister's visions and ability to predict the future was completely fucking useless. The kid ended up walking out of the house at the end. What else? Ethan Hawke's brother that had no business being in the movie whatsoever. The kid's abusive father had really no business being in the movie and didn't make sense. The police department was fucking useless. There was really no mystery aspect to this and no investigative aspect to it. The whole paranormal shit with the black phone was fucking cheesy, to say the least. I can't think of anything that I liked about it. It was short and it didn't feel short. It felt like 2.5 hours, but I think it was like 95 minutes or something like that. Kevin, you gave it my brother, I clowned him for this. I think he gave it like a 2.5, 3 and said it was fine. And then I just kind of unloaded and was like, what do you like about it? He's like, it's fine. So Kevin, what did you like about it? Because didn't you give it like a 2.5?
No, I gave it 4 dicks.
Oh my God.
I thought it was
Now,
sick.
I'm
You're
going
gonna
to
hate
say
8 Mile.
that Geoff seems to be in Letterboxd D. The black phone has a 3.6,
Jesus fucking Christ.
but on IMDb it has a 7.4 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes, it has an 84% on the tomato meter and a 90% audience score.
Jeez.
So
All
Geoff
right.
is zigging when everybody else is zagging. But I feel like I would agree with him more than all of you other idiots.
Thank God, Shuddy.
So
It was terrible.
siding with Geoff and calling the masses like the opposite of Geoff idiots.
Yeah.
It's a risky take.
Do it, baby.
That's a risky
Not
take.
really. I've been on the right side of things before. It feels good, Shuddy, when a schmuck like me is on the right side of stuff.
I thought it was
about
fucking
Venmo.
cool. I
It
liked.
was fucking stupid when I said Venmo, but
Yeah, you had to dig like deep into the past for that win.
yeah. I could talk about. Never mind, I won't. Anyways, Kevin, keep going. Black phone.
I liked the whole vibe of it. I liked the 1978 aesthetics of it. I liked. I don't know. I thought the kids were awesome in it. Usually, kids can be really fucking annoying, but I thought they picked good actors.
I think the girl was a pretty good actress. I'll give you that.
So the whole point of the movie is there's this serial killer called the Grabber who's just going around this neighborhood snatching kids up, and the main kid gets kidnapped, and then you just find out like what happens to everybody, and he gets put in this basement, locked in there, and he kind of just keeps getting terrorized by Ethan Hawke wearing these creepy masks, and there's like a disconnected phone in there that the ghosts of his previous victims call into and try and help this kid escape. And I don't know, I thought there was some creepy stuff. They show some of like the ghosts. There's some pretty solid jump scares in it. I don't know. I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty cool.
Sounds like you guys saw two completely different movies.
Oh,
Well,
fucking mainstream Kevin over here going with Rotten Tomatoes.
there were no fucking rappers in it. There's no fighter jets. What the fuck is this?
Oh, come on. This movie was fucking lame. Like the paranormal shit, it just had no business being in that movie. It didn't even really make sense.
I mean,
I guess,
like,
if you look
was
at
it a plot point on why these ghosts were able to communicate through this phone, or did
a little bit. So the stuff from what this was like, Carl really enjoyed it as well, but she did point out some of the same points that Geoff did with. Okay, where was I? Okay, so like, you were bummed out that the main kid and his sister had an abusive dad, and it didn't really play into it much. I picked up on it that the whole reason they showed the abusive dad stuff was because I got the impression that Ethan Hawke's character was also abused by his dad, because he dropped hints about like he spent time locked up in that basement, and the kid's dad beats the shit out of him. He's abusive and beats them with a belt. And then Ethan Hawke is like waiting with a belt to beat kids. So I just assumed that it meant he had an abusive dad and fucked him up and turned him into like a serial killer that just targets kids. Because he kept calling the kids that he kidnapped like naughty boys, like you were a naughty boy. It seemed like abusive parent shit to me.
Fair enough. So it toughened him up, I guess. Is that the takeaway?
Sure. If abusive moments in your life lead you to be a serial killer, I guess that makes you tough.
Yeah,
No,
I
it
guess
toughened up the kid. The kid already had practice getting beat up by an adult, so hey, he can take a little bit of punishment.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't know. 3. You gave it a 4?
Yeah. I thought it was awesome.
Christ. You're gonna give 8 Mile. You should give 8 Mile a fucking 9. Gee, this is terrible, Kevin.
Can't believe nobody fucking rapped in it. What the fuck?
We need someone else to break the tie here. Shuddy, don't even watch it. Don't waste your fucking time.
I'm not going to.
And Shuddy doesn't like horror movies.
Yep.
That's true. So
I would say, let's get Dom's opinion on it if he goes and sees it. But man, there was something else. Fuck, I wish I took a screenshot. Anytime there's some movie like just Hall of Famer that Dom gives one dick to, I can't fucking control myself. I just laugh like a maniac.
Oh, I want to see what it is.
I don't remember what it was. I was just scrolling around.
I'm on Letterboxd right now.
I don't think it was something recent. I just looked at a film, and everybody was like 5 stars, 5 stars, 5 stars, and then there's Dom with his 1 star.
Well, then I don't know how I'm going to find it. Let's see.
I don't think you will either, but it was something that I felt was one of those unanimous 5 dickers that everybody loved. And there's Dom. The Matrix, didn't care for that.
Yeah, Dom's reviews are a wild card. We need maybe a couple Puminati to call in, leave voicemails reviewing the Black Phone. I'm sure they'll do that. I'm sure we'll get to it in 2023 on Christmas, maybe.
Oh man, I saw Lightyear too. Watched a lot of fucking movies.
How was that?
It was okay. I kind of I wanted more. I thought it was going to be a big space exploration movie, like Buzz Lightyear going on space missions, and he just gets marooned on some fucking like barren-ish, dusty Mars-like planet for the whole movie. And I was like, I kind of wanted like some cool Avatar shit, like blue glowing plant forests and weird creatures, and it was fine. It was fun. I kind of just wanted to give it money since people are all butthurt that a fucking lady gives a lady a peck in it.
People are mad about that?
Yeah. Some people got triggered.
Goodfellas?
It fucking was Goodfellas, I think. Yeah. Dom gave Goodfellas 1 dick.
Are you confirming that? Are you looking at that right now, Shuddy?
I'm looking at it right now. Fight Club, 1 dick.
Is he trolling? Like, I don't get that. How could Goodfellas only get one dick?
What do you think is more egregious? The fact that I enjoyed the Black Phone, or that Dominic gave Goodfellas 1 dick?
Oh, definitely Dominic. No, I mean, no question.
What's worse is that he rated Home Sweet Home Alone 1.5. So, in his opinion, that movie was better than Goodfellas.
Is it just raw
Oh.
scores, or does he have a review attached to any of this?
I don't. So the Goodfellas thing really pisses me off.
It's a terrible take. Yeah, it makes me want to root for the hot
Because-
dog. I hope he eats another hot dog.
We were at Young Ones in Kutztown on a trip to buy music and DVDs and video games one weekend, and Dom found Goodfellas and would not refuse to let me buy it because he wanted to buy it and never seen it. Watched it and then traded it in somewhere else and never gave me the chance to take the DVD because he hated it so much. So I don't think he's ever seen it more than that one time.
How
But
many
he's
times
got-
do you need to see it?
But it made such an impression that he went out of his way to make sure to rate it on Letterboxd from the past.
Wow. I gotta hear what he didn't like about it.
Lorraine Bracco.
Maybe since Dom is Italian, he didn't like Italians being portrayed as mafioso.
Electra,
Hi, fellas.
Bedazzled, Blood Rain.
Oh wow, the movie made off of that fucking video game.
Yep.
These are all movies scored higher than Goodfellas.
Yeah.
Wait, how are you accessing all of this?
I'm on Dom's profile and looking at his films and have them sorted by his lowest rating to highest.
I didn't even know you could do that.
I'm on the computer, so
Oh, okay.
that's why.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Fucking Dom. So I gotta send
Some
you guys
5 dick movies that he's rated higher than Goodfellas, obviously. Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Okay, Killer Clowns from Outer Space is fucking
Good
awesome.
movie. Yeah.
That's an
No
awesome
beef.
movie.
Get Him to the Greek.
Yeah, it was okay.
I only saw part of that one.
Rumble in the Bronx.
Okay, incredible movie.
Kicks ass.
Dead Heat, 5 dicks.
What is that?
The Schwarzenegger movie?
No, that's Red Heat.
Oh.
Dead Heat is the one starring Joe Piscopo and Treat Williams.
Okay, so I just sent you guys a screenshot of a movie that popped up on Dom's Letterboxd over the weekend. He gave this movie 2.5 stars. So he liked this more than 2 times the amount of Goodfellas.
2X of a Goodfellas movie.
It's called Head of the Family, and it's like some gigantic deformed head stuffed in a wheelchair. Head of the Family.
Yeah. Dom brings a lot to the table and all, but there's just some this movie shit just it's outrageous.
Samurai Cop 2, 4.5 stars.
Oh man, that's a classic. Can't hate on that.
I mean,
Goodfellas, 1 star.
Where does he? Can you look up a couple Steven Seagal movies? How does he feel about Hard to Kill
well, let's see.
or Above the Law?
Hard to Kill.
The Bill Simmons rewatchable podcast where
Which one was the one with the in Alaska?
the fire
Is something oil?
down below or something.
Oh, man.
this-
Dom has not rated Hard to Kill, but Mark gave it 3 stars.
On Deadly Ground. That's the Wow, nobody that I'm friends with on Letterboxd has seen On Deadly Ground.
I mean, I've seen it many, many years ago. That was one of those movies that I was able to convince my dad to let me rent.
Wow.
I mean-
Fucking Michael Caine, R. Lee Ermey, and Billy Bob Thornton are all in On Deadly Ground.
John C. McGinley.
Did they have like someone had a dossier of them like fucking donkeys and they're like, you do this Steven Seagal movie or we release these to the press?
Just see, that's not fair. Steven Seagal at one point was one of the biggest action stars in the world.
At
That's
that
a
point,
fact.
it was at that point. Like
Absolutely.
that was. I mean, he even directed this movie.
Holy shit. Holy shit. There is an Above the Law 2 in pre-production right now
With Steven Seagal.
with Steven Seagal playing Nico Toscani.
Oh, that's guaranteed to be awesome.
Can't miss there. Listen to this fucking run. Listen to this fucking run this guy had. Above the Law, 88. Hard to Kill, 90. Marked for Death, 1990. Out for Justice, 91. Under Siege, 92. That was his first 5 fucking movies.
And
What
they
is that?
all sound like they could have been about the same exact thing.
They all pretty much were. They all pretty much were the exact same
Hold
thing.
on, the
Why
dog
would
is
you?
chewing something he shouldn't. I'll be right back.
You don't
Parker.
have to fuck with a can't miss formula like
Oh,
this.
God, Parker's chewing on my cum rag again.
The next one, he played Forrest Taff on Deadly Ground, which, to be fair, I wasn't that big of a fan of. Then next was Under Siege 2, Dark Territory, which I do think is an underrated movie.
Yeah,
Not as
Under
good as-
Siege 2 was okay. The one on the train.
Yeah, not bad.
That was all right.
Executive Decision, 5 Dicker, and I won't hear anything differently about it. That fucking movie fucking kicks ass with Halle Berry, Kurt Russell. Who else is in there? Obviously, Steven Seagal. Who else is in there though? I'm fucking whiffing here.
Doesn't
John? I think John
Steven
Leguizamo,
Seagal, spoiler alert, die in like the first half hour or some shit?
Oliver. Yeah, spoilers. Jesus Christ, Kevin. Yeah, he goes down. I was pissed.
Oh, fucking shit. Okay, well,
Yeah.
you always have like you're always talking about your boner for Steven Seagal. So let's do a power ranking of people that were making action movies in the 80s and 90s. Stallone, Schwarzenegger, Jean-Claude Van Damme, and Steven Seagal. First, second, third, or fourth, where do you rank Seagal?
Okay, let me just say this first. I love Sylvester Stallone. Love Sylvester Stallone. Sylvester Stallone, better actor, more important motion picture achievements, and Rocky is probably on my Mount Rushmore. Like I fucking love Rocky. In terms of 80s, 90s action stars, I'd go 1 Arnold, I'd go 2 Seagal,
Oh my God.
3 Stallone, and then Jean-Claude Van Damme, whatever. Like, sure, yeah, he can be 4. I mean, I'll go Jackie Chan over him. Let me think of some other action movie stars I would put ahead of Jean-Claude Van Damme. And I know what you're about to say. Demolition Man. Demolition Man's a 5 Dicker. I fucking love Demolition Man.
Cliffhanger?
Cliffhanger is, I'm sorry, it's not better than the first 5 Seagal movies. It's not. They're not. No way.
Blasphemy. Blasphemy.
I'll stand by that, dude. I fucking love those movies. I think Mark for Justice, the one with the Jamaicans, that's the one, or Mark for Death, excuse me. That's the one that I think is the most underrated out of the 5 that I listed. Under Siege, I would argue, is a bit overrated. It did have Tommy Lee Jones, which kicks ass, Gary Busey, and it was an awesome movie.
Great. Like when I was a kid going to see R-rated action movies, I ranked a lot of them. A lot. There was a lot of weight put on how the main bad guy died. I want a good fucking death for the main bad guy. And Tommy Lee Jones, spoiler alert, gets a fucking Bowie knife plunged into his skull and then thrown headfirst through a submarine monitor. So he was already dead, but Seagal was like, no. I'm throwing your fucking corpse headfirst into a monitor, and then your dead body's going to get zapped. That was a cool final death. I liked that.
It's Steven Seagal comes through with all the cool final deasts.
Also,
He really makes
if we're
his
talking about
enemies pay.
these gentlemen and 90s action movies, knocking a terrorist off your fighter jet and having his backpack loop onto the edge of a missile, and then that missile gets launched through a building and hits a helicopter on the other side of it full of bad guys is a tremendous ending in True Lies.
I mean, Arnold's the fucking man. I'm looking at Sylvester
Overrated
Stallone's.
So much blasphemy. So much blasphemy.
I'm looking at his 80s and 90s run. When you factor in the 80s, I didn't realize. All right, like he has First Blood, and in my opinion, First Blood is actually an underrated movie. Like that movie fucking kicks ass. Kicks ass. Like that's another one where, like, if you disagree with me on that being a 5-dicker, we can go out in the parking lot and fucking
Yeah, but it
square
does
up.
not fit with the other 4 movies in the series at all.
I hear you, and I don't like. I actually don't even really acknowledge the other 4 movies. Like First Blood on face value on its own is a fucking 5-dicker.
First
You
Blood
disagree,
2,
Shuddy?
you didn't think was cool? Granted, it's not like it's no earth-shattering story, but man, he fucks people up in that movie.
I didn't see First Blood until I was an adult. The only Rambo movies that I saw growing up
Were the blood and
2
guts
3.
ones? Yeah.
Were the real actiony ones. So I know they're not really good movies. I do know that. As cinema, First Blood is a way, way, way better story, better movie, all of that. But it's the one that I don't consider part of that. I don't really acknowledge. If I'm watching a Rambo movie, it's typically 3. It's typically 3 where he does the fighting in Thailand.
Well, like to me, like I don't know, like First Blood is kind of like on the Fugitive plane, where it was just one of those movies that was just on Sundays, like when there wasn't football. I think it was a Sunday Fox movie, and I've seen it probably like I would say probably 10 or 15 times. I haven't watched it in years, but fuck, I love that movie. So
What are your thoughts on? Because I feel like we brought this up fairly recently, but I can't remember. Tango and Cash.
Ooh, I was just about to bring that up. There, 5 dicks isn't enough. I fucking love Tango. And now I'm thinking differently about what I said. I love Tango and Cash. Fucking love it. Honestly, well, it came out in '89. If you asked me when I was like 4 or 5 years old, what's the greatest movie ever? I might say Tango and Cash. Like I fucking love that movie. Loved it. My parents let me watch it when it came out.
I don't think
Holy
it's critically
shit, is
acclaimed,
that a 5-dicker?
and I haven't seen it in a long time. But when it came out, I saw it in the theaters, and then afterwards, I watched the shit out of it. Assassins.
Was that with Antonio Banderas?
Yep.
I think I've seen it once and I have nothing. I can't even really weigh in on that one.
I got to rewatch it, but I remember thinking that movie was fucking sick as a kid.
I feel like that one is better than that Arnold Schwarzenegger movie that Geoff loves.
Eraser, how dare you, son of a bitch. All right, so like Copland came out in '97. That doesn't count, right? That's not what we're talking about.
No, because that's not exactly an action movie.
Right, Copland kicks ass.
Yeah.
Fucking
I
awesome
remember
movie.
I saw Copland in the theaters with my dad, and Jay Muse from Jay and Silent Bob was sitting in the row behind us. And I just remember as a young teenager being like, "Oh man, this is so fucking sick. I'm in an R-rated movie with my dad and Jay is sitting right behind me. This is life peaking."
It is pretty dope, actually. No, but if I don't know, like objectively, this is how I actually feel. I'll take Steven Seagal's first, effectively 7 movies. I'm not crazy about On Deadly Ground, but I think Under Siege 2 is underrated. I love Executive Decision. I'll take those 7 movies over. No, I can't. I can't even do that because Rocky IV came out in the 80s. God damn it. All right, never mind. I'll put Steven Seagal 3 just out of respect. Fuck, I love those movies. And it hurt. It hurts me to put him that low, but Steven Seagal is a fucking icon. Sylvester Stallone's an icon. I can't He had Rocky 4 come out in 80, whatever. I stand corrected.
I feel like this was
Sure.
a very productive
In the
discussion, fellas.
Assassins is on HBO Max, supposedly.
That might be worth a rewatch. That seems like a good movie for me to throw on while I'm on the exercise bike.
Isn't there like a hot blonde in there? Is it Sharon Stone?
It's Julianne Moore, and I only know that because I looked it up.
Yeah, I'm on here now.
I do
Okay,
remember
we're a
because
Richard Donner movie.
Antonio Banderas is like the evil assassin, and Sylvester Stallone is the good professional murderer. And I do remember a scene where there's like a children's soccer match happening, and Antonio Banderas is like, "Oh, number 7 is looking a little sleepy," and he's like, "Don't you fucking do it! Don't you do it!" And then he lines him up with a sniper rifle, and you think he's about to murder a fucking little kid, and then pow! Shoots a soccer ball. So much tension! So much 90s tension!
16% on Rotten Tomatoes currently.
Oh, no. Well, I
I'm
guarantee
not going to
you,
hold that against you.
a lot of those motherfuckers didn't see that movie when they were 13. Would have made a difference.
I don't know if I've ever seen this movie. Have you guys seen Nighthawks? Is that any good? Sylvester Stallone.
No, Nighthawks. Nope.
Sounds familiar, but I've never seen it.
Let me look that up.
6.3 on IMDb for Assassins.
Nighthawks.
I'm sure
Wow,
everybody's listening to hear us talk about.
Sylvester Stallone movies?
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm hoping I'm educating people. If you haven't seen the first 5 Steven Seagal movies, they are kick-ass action movies. They fucking rule.
and I mean,
Like,
I had
am
never
out of
heard
line here.
I had never heard of Nighthawks, but listen to this first 3 billing. Sylvester Stallone, Rutger Hauer, and Billy D. Williams?
And Lindsay Wagner,
I don't know.
Yeah,
Lindsay
I
Wagner.
heard it's a pretty good movie.
the
to be
Bionic
honest.
Woman.
Oh, Jesus, Shuddy Boy. You're hitting us with your old man shit. Oh, I'm Shuddy Boy. I'm 40 and old and
One of
decrepit.
Europe's most lethal terrorists shows up in New York. An elite undercover cop is assigned to take him down by any means necessary.
We might have to watch that. Let's put that
Man.
on. What the fuck did I just watch? We'll
That
all
sounds like-
gangbang it.
Yeah, that sounds like some high stakes action. I got to see how that plays out.
Fuck yeah, Sylvester
damn it.
Stallone. This is coming off of Rocky 2. So this is peak Stallone.
His facial hair in this this preview picture is a little alarming.
What? His facial hair is fuck more chicks than I ever have.
That's true, and me. But I mean, it's a little
Both of us
Fu Man.
combined.
It's a little Fu Manchu-y. I'm glad that wasn't like a big part of his look. Sylvester Stallone with facial hair. I don't know about all that.
I mean, if you guys wanted to do this as homework for next week, I would be down.
To watch this Nighthawks.
Where is that? Did you find a?
We'd have to rent it. It would have to be a rental.
Oh man.
I feel like if anything, we can do a what the fuck did I just watch? I know Dom's probably got movies lined up until 2024, but I don't know. Maybe this would be a cool detour to do. But Nighthawks is a movie that I'm
Well, shit.
after reading that.
I already have to spend money to watch 8 Mile for my homework.
So you said Tubi has it for free.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
Okay.
there you go.
Yeah. All right. We'll see. I'm throwing it on my watch list, Jeff. You fucking sentient fart.
Wait, which one?
Nighthawks.
Nighthawk. Oh, okay, all right, cool.
Yeah. And I'll make a point to watch 8 Mile before next week. And I will give my honest thoughts. I will not zag just to spite Jeff, even if I enjoy the movie. I will not lie.
You review movies with honor. I'll give you that. You could have zagged on Armageddon. I think you didn't give it the credit that I did, but you did give it credit, and you did admit you enjoyed yourself while watching it.
I did
So
get
I have faith you'll give it an effort.
I did get a text from Brandano this weekend who revisited Armageddon for the first time since theaters and was singing its glory.
It's fucking awesome.
Gave it a 5
legit.
dicker, and I did pass on that, like, Armageddon is Jeff Clark's favorite movie.
Yeah, absolutely, unquestioned. I mean, what a banger. But
I mean, did
we'll
you
save
see
that.
he did with those animal crackers? he shoved them
God.
shoved them right in her poontang. That's the daughter of Aerosmith right there.
Just the audacity of Jerry Bruckheimer to line up classic scene after classic scene after classic scene. He really went for it, and he should be in the movie filmmaker Hall of Fame. I don't even think they have one of those.
Yeah.
How about Cobra? That sounds like another movie that's pretty familiar. I mean, Stallone
I
with
watched-
aviators holding a fucking Uzi. Oh, baby. It says, here's the synopsis. A tough on-crime street cop must protect the only surviving witness to a strange, murderous cult with far-reaching plans. Holy fucking shit.
I have watched Cobra because we did an Ellis show movie review of it a few years back, and it is like the exact tone you think it is of an 80s Stallone action movie, of him just being like a hot under the collar cop, like breaking the rules. I think there was like the bad guy in it. God, who was the bad guy? Oh yeah, the Night Slasher, creepiest looking guy ever. Yeah, there was some good shit with him in it. It's not a Hall of Famer, but definitely a fun action movie. Like, you know, those 80s movies when someone gets shot and it just blows a fucking cannonball-sized hole in them and blood splatters all over the place. I mean, it's directed by the same guy that directed Tombstone and First Blood Part 2.
George Cosmatos? That
Yeah.
guy?
Leviathan. That's really it.
Yeah, he doesn't have much on the...
But I feel like if I remember correctly, Cobra was made because Stallone passed on Beverly Hills Cop.
Oh, I thought it was
don't
a
fucking murder
passion
no
project
people
for
in that.
Stallone.
Yeah, he
Oh,
needed
man.
less humor and more death, and you definitely get that in Cobra. And I think his
Well,
name
they
is like...
rewrote Beverly Hills Cop for Eddie Murphy because it was darker originally before Stallone passed on it.
And Cobra is called Cobra, I think, because his name is like
Cobretti.
Joseph P. Cobretti or some shit like that.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome.
That's pretty sweet.
Really
While
cool.
we're here, though, and it was brought up, Beverly Hills Cop 1, 2, and 3 for that matter. I'm a huge fan. You guys, how do you guys feel about it? Just a quick take.
I think I've only seen the first one.
Oh, you didn't...
Great Gilbert Gottfried moments, by the way.
I think the third one is my favorite. I think where they're in Wally World or whatever.
Wally
I
World?
think that's my favorite. Yeah, I think that's what they call it, Wally World. It's pretty much like fucking Disneyland. They just didn't
I mean,
want to
that's
pay
where
for
they
the
go
rights or
in
whatever.
vacation.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I think Beverly Hills Cop kicks ass, but whatever. Man, great Sylvester Stallone talk, huh?
Yeah. I feel like we just did the Lord's work there, gentlemen.
I
right,
gotta
let's-
find out where some of those movies are streaming.
Let's use the remainder of our time together to try and chip away
Voicemails, yay!
at Mount Voicemail, where tragically in the last 7 days since we talked, we lost like 4 Sherpas on Mount Voicemail. Oh,
Wait, what does
the
that
fuck?
mean?
They died because it's so high. Like climbing Mount Everest, people die.
Okay.
See, this is the part where you laugh at the joke now, Jeff, now that you got it.
This is a stupid
I
joke.
still don't think he understands it.
No, I don't get it. And I'm
You
not
suck.
the dumb one here. Kevin is.
You stink, Jeff. All right.
The fucking machine gun shit.
Wow. All right, I need to revisit that one.
Oh,
Did anyone put a name on that?
Nope.
What area code is it?
281.
It's Texas.
That was some barbecue
wow.
shit right there. All right, let's do.
We got a bunch of Texans in the Puminati. We just blame one of them.
We have time for one more. All right, let's
do
do
it.
one more. Meep.
Oi, oi. Fucking boys. Kevin? Geoff? Shuddy? What up? I called a couple weeks ago. I'm Clinton from Canada. I was just telling you guys how awesome you are. I thought I should call back in and let you know.
We love it when people do that, by the way.
He's going to take it back. He's an indie of us.
Oh, no.
Yeah, awesomeness.
Clinton from Canada here. I have to fucking reiterate again how fucking great you guys are.
Nice.
Need that. Need that.
I'm not on the Patreon yet,
Ah.
but I got a sub. I might cancel the Tully Show Patreon that I'm on, and then get this one.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Hey.
I'm just kidding.
There's enough room for both of us. Instead of buying 1 cup of Starbucks a month, you bought 2 cups of Starbucks that month. It's okay. Look, we all need jokes these days more than ever, right?
And more than that, I need money.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. I'm just kidding.
I love Tully. Tully's great. The guy's friggin' hilarious. But I feel like the content you guys are putting out might be a little more up my alley.
I imagine you are a fan of poop, sir.
How about queefs?
And dramatic pauses, apparently.
Again, I'm on some illicit substances again.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I've decided to make the call, leave the voicemail.
What do you think substance he's referring to? The one that made Shuddy Boy's eyes disappear right now? Or something a little bit more oomph?
You think it's boozing? Is that what you mean?
Illicit substances. I'm going to go with cocaine.
I didn't think about what the fuck I was going to say. Illicit substances, they're a nightmare. But Shuddy, question for you.
So suspenseful. Is it?
Hold on, my cat was just, Delfino, no.
We're still here, Clint. Take your time, buddy.
This cat's name is Plampfino.
What's the best concert you've ever been to? And that's actually a question for all you guys. What's the best concert individually that you guys have all been to? I got to say, I'm a fan of all forms of music, but I got to say Fleetwood Mac from you was the top. What do you guys think? I'd love to hear that question. Also, Geoff, why not check out the CFL? It's better than the NFL. Much better.
Not going to address this one.
Bigger ball.
There's another person who doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Downs.
Fleetwood Mac in the CFL. Come on now.
You know, don't you motherfuckers have like 120-yard fields?
Same question. How do I win on betting on golf? Because I just don't get it.
Geoff doesn't know the answer to that either.
I put all my money down on Zalatoris. And he doesn't fucking win. Nothing. I don't know how to do it properly. But I'd like to get some insights on how to properly sports bet, specifically golf. And Kevin Kraft, I guess for you, I would say,
call him gay.
Oh, and then he hit the time limit.
Oh no!
He's got nothing to say to you.
Oh,
CFL is just something that I have no interest in. I don't even want to be that cruel about it because I don't need to be. Like, I spend so much time watching sports, far too much time as it is. I need to be more social, like less in front of the TV, that I can't just add another sport, especially one that I'm not willing to bet, like the CFL, into it. You know, like I didn't watch nearly as much hockey and haven't watched nearly as much hockey as I did growing up. So that's like a sport that I would fill in if I were to pick up another like sport hobby. As far as golf betting, I was just fucking crushing it a few months ago. I have been struggling recently. It's still up pretty good on the year, but I mean, it's tough. It's tough. Like,
Has the division in tours made it more difficult, do you think, to
no,
bet it?
When
no,
is
I
the
have a whole
golf?
rant.
When's the golf
for that.
Super Bowl? Like, when is golf over?
Well, they do majors. Like, it isn't just a one championship. They have 4 majors throughout the season, and they've done 3 of them already. The next big one is called it's the Open. It's the British Open. It's in the middle of July. But
Is that the
that'll
one
be
with
like
that Happy Gilmore was in?
No, what was he in? I feel like he was in. I think it was just the Tour Championship, and it was kind of like, I don't know, it wasn't like a specific actual major because they gave out a gold jacket, and the Masters they give out a green jacket, so that's kind of what it was parodied off of. But there is no gold jacket given out.
Yeah, it's just the Tour Championship.
Right? Yeah. So there's a PGA Championship, which is a major. There's a U.S. Open. There's a Masters. Then there's the British Open.
The U.S. Senior Open was just at the local country club this weekend here.
Did you compete?
No.
Golf's tough, though. I use this website called Fantasy National where you can like build your own stat models and look at all the appropriate stats, all the course history, performance, and trending performance data of all the golfers. But at the end of the day, it's fucking gambling. Like, you know, like I lost a golf bet because some guy withdrew from the tournament because sand flew in his eye. It's fucking sports gambling. I don't know. It's just stupid shit happens. Like,
Oh my God.
it's ridiculous. And like golf, it's not as annoying as team sports because, you know, in team sports you have officiating and it's judgment calls. Like officials in baseball, football, basketball can swing the outcomes, whereas golf, it's just, you got to put the ball in the hole. But they have their own bullshit that you have to deal with and have to handicap around. It's tough. I'm not good enough where I can really be giving like broad advice. Like it's beating sports betting is really one of the tougher things you can do. It's next to impossible.
But you can listen to the Bet Slippin' podcast and hear Geoff show his work.
Yeah.
On the bets he makes.
Yeah, I'll be reviewing, or I'll be handicapping, previewing the British Open a couple weeks in the middle of July. I think it tees off July 14th or something. So look forward to that. You know, I'll give you some picks there. Hopefully I win money. I've been struggling lately.
Yeah, there you have it.
Oh, wait, no. This guy had this is a pretty good voicemail. Best concert you've ever been to? That was the other question he asked. I have a few. I can
That's a
start.
tough one. That one I can't.
So I saw Jay-Z and Nas when they got rid of the beef and they played a show together. They played 2 shows actually. It was in consecutive nights. The second
Nas,
one,
I'm guessing, didn't do Ether.
No. That's like when they buried the hatchet. And there was like rumors about it, about Jay-Z possibly bringing out Nas. It was Jay-Z and Friends. It was called probably the greatest hip hop concert ever. It was crazy the amount of people that showed up there. But the first night we went to the one in Continental Airlines Arena, which is in New Jersey. I think it's now the Prudential Center.
Mm-hmm.
And
the Continental Airlines Arena was at the Meadowlands. The Prudential Center is in the heart of Newark.
Okay.
But it's where the Devils play. Yeah, I mean, the Devils.
So they moved from Continental Airlines to Prudential.
Yeah, Continental Airlines doesn't exist anymore.
Okay, so the old Continental Airlines Arena, I went and saw it there because it was cheaper than the next night, which is Madison Square Garden. But because Nas showed up for the Continental Airlines Arena one, so we actually saw him first. That was probably one of the best concerts. The other one was Eminem Lollapalooza 2011, and Tool Lollapalooza 2009. Probably my three favorite concerts I've ever been to. You guys have been to a lot more shows than I have.
Yeah,
So
and it's going to be a lot of just obscure death metal stuff, and obviously Black Dahlia Murder, my favorite band. They never disappointed. And I guess like Ozzy and Black Sabbath in the early Ozfest tours were pretty fucking epic and memorable for me.
I saw one of the shows that strikes me the most is seeing Gwar in Crocodile Rock in Allentown, which was a teeny tiny little club.
Oh wow.
So that was insane and a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But I've been to so many that it's hard to pick one. I don't have any one particular one that I would say. I'm hoping that if you ask me this on September 9th, I say Wu-Tang and Nas.
Yeah.
Because I am just, as we get closer and closer, I'm getting more and more hype for it.
Did you listen to the King's Disease 2 album?
No, I forgot.
Well, you listened to the one song with Eminem. You like that one at least, right?
No, wait.
EPMD2?
I did listen to the King's Disease. Yeah, because I text you about it.
Yeah. You like that one song?
Yeah,
You listened to the whole album.
I listened to the whole album. Yeah,
Pretty good, right?
yeah. I liked it. That sounded way too corny and hokey. I liked it. No, I liked it.
Yeah, it was
I still
decent.
think God's that album is my favorite.
Godson.
Yeah, that's it. I want to say God's Plan, but that's a Drake song, right? Or something.
Thing. Yeah. Jersey.
Yeah.
So yours is just a bunch of no names.
Yeah,
No
pretty
names.
much. Yeah.
Death metal. All right.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Thank you for listening. If you need more MSPH in your life, I strongly urge you to check out our Patreon, patreon.com/Mad Scientist Party Hour. We have our bonus podcast that we do every week, and we are balls deep in the latest season of MasterChef. So we are doing Crafter Jeff Shuddy edition. You get that on the $5 tier, and then the 10 has all of our individual contributions, which, if I may say, 4.5 years into Patreon and business is booming, speaks volumes. Sure, we could tell you how sweet we are, but I feel like that's a good barometer. People are digging what we're putting out there, so check it out. Why don't you just give us like a 1-month trial? Dip your toes in, see if you like the water.
Yeah, Clint, we're looking at you.
Nobody pooped in it. Nobody peed in it.
Not yet.
Shuddy boy, you might see some beard hairs or stray pubes, but it's all fine. They're good for you. What else? You can follow us on Instagram. I'm at Kevin Kraft.
At Shuddy Boy.
At Jeffro Records.
And at MSPH Podcast. If you want to shoot us some emails, we can get to those quicker than we can get to voicemail. So madscientistpartyhour@gmail.com. Shuddy boy, you got any dates, any strip club appearances you're doing with He-Man?
No, but 10 years ago today, we were melting in the hot sun of the valley at Six Flags Magic Mountain with Bonnie.
Very important milestone.
Mm-hmm.
Where were you?
That was my first trip to L.A.
Where were you when this happened, friends? All right. That's it, right? We did it?
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. Yeah, we nailed it.
All right.
Good episode.
Senior moment over. Jeff's about to get arrested, so send bail money. And until next time, ooh, something!